Good evening, everybody, and hello to the people watching on catch up. Hi, Leslie, Tim, and Jerry. Good to see you here. Hope you're keeping well this week, guys. Hello to anyone lurking in the background there. I'm here, Leslie. Thankfully, this week the trains are working. In the background there. Oh, I didn't mute my monitor. I'm here, Leslie. There we go. That's that muted. So what's everyone been up to this week? Anything exciting? Anybody who's been looking at my Facebook would have seen I've done a bit of scenic work to one of the rock sides. So I'll show you guys that in a minute. It's actually a nice evening here in Donegal. It's cloudy, but it's lovely and warm. It's showing 18 degrees in here at the moment, so I've no need for the heater on, and I'm down to the short sleeves. Hi, Tim. Is it your birthday today? Hi, Jason. So have you moved for the final time now, Leslie? I see that you're unpacking. Hi, Karen. How you doing? If it's your birthday today, Tim, you share your birthday with my mother-in-law. Oh, it's this week. I thought it was. I seen it on Facebook. I did say happy birthday. I'm sure I did. Hi, David. How you doing? I think David is the person that YouTube doesn't like, because every time he leaves a comment on one of my videos, YouTube deletes it. I don't know why, because you left a comment the other week and I seen it on my phone and I went to answer it again and it had disappeared again. So I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm doing very well. I had my second jab on Monday and I woke up Tuesday morning and I thought someone had shot me in my arm overnight. And I felt grotty and rotten all day, and I spent the day in bed watching YouTube. Which one did you get, Jerry? I got the Moderna. I had my second jab on Monday. Like I had the first jab, no problems at all. Arm wasn't really sore. It's more like someone to give me a dead arm. But Tuesday morning, I woke up and I was like checking my arm to see if my bone was poking through the skin. It was that sore and no bruise, no nothing. And then I just felt grotty all day, just fit to do nothing. Yeah, Kieran, I've been having a bit of a tidy up this evening out here, mad panic, right? Got to get ready to go live. Had to clear all my scenic materials away. We'll just go over to the main camera. I can show you around. Do you like that little badge there, guys? That's the badge we've commissioned at the museum for this year for our members and for the general public to buy. It's off, as you can see, rail car number 1, which was the first rail car on the Donegal Railway. One of the first in the world to be petrol driven. And I believe the first in the British Isles, if not Europe. It originally didn't have a body on it. When it came, it was used as a maintenance trolley for going up and down for the workmen checking the line. And one of the guys in charge thought, do you know what, we could carry people in that. So they got Coachworks to build something on it. And it could take about 6 people. And that started the evolution of the rail cars in the Donegal Railway. And in fact, if any of you are aware of the fire that was in Strabane at the weekend, the building that got struck by lightning and burnt down, it was actually a coffin makers. And they were around when the Donegal Railway first started, and they actually built some of the coachwork for some of the wagons and rail cars. So anyway, let's move this camera around so you can see what I've done on this side. So there you can see some of the detailing I've put on. Usual seafoam trees, some underbrush, brambles, flowers, tufts. Static grass as well along the top. I think it really brings it alive. And you can see over this side, I've started this side, which is going to be this week's video, which hopefully will be out tomorrow evening. If I can get some more work done on it tonight after the stream and get it out and get it edited. And here you can see all the materials I've been using to do it. Galloping Goose is a hybrid of the rail bus and boxcar. All right. Jason, if you want to pay for my ticket to go to America and spend a week or 2 over working on your layout, love to. So I've only been to America 3 times, and 3 times to Florida. So I'd like to see some other part of the States. I was supposed to, back in 2005 when I was flying, I was supposed to hire a plane in Florida and fly all the way across the States somewhere in California and fly back again over 4 weeks. But the fellow pilot who was coming with me on the day I was leaving pulled out. He couldn't make it. Something had come up. So I ended up going over with the other half of my 2 daughters I had at the time. And we done 2 weeks of flying in Florida and spent another 3 weeks doing Disney and SeaWorld. Hello, Darren. How are you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. Any of you guys who are lurking there in the background, do pop into the chat and say hello and ask any questions. Do I have Jennifer's boyfriend lurking in the background? I know you tune in sometimes, Brendan. Don't forget to hit the old thumbs up for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here, if you like what you see. As I say, if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. But I can't remember whether I'd done this last week. I think I did. I think I showed you guys last week. Yeah, I did. I wanted the static grass, the comparisons. I did show you guys this last week. The difference between Woodland Scenic and WWS static grass. For me, the WWS is the better grass. It seems to be better colors. It's a better fiber. And it just seems to go on better. So is the picture and sound coming through all right, guys? I'm getting a little bit of a warning here saying my bandwidth is low. Let's just switch around the cameras. So that will be the station area, which will probably be the next thing I do once I get the other bits of the scenics done. There was a Grand Prix on the weekend, so I built some more Metcalf kits. I built a manor house, farm manor, and a cottage. And I've still got another 2 low relief houses to build in brick as opposed to stone for along the back. Yeah, I was watching your video there the other day, Jason, on your garage where you put up the walls and everything, took out the door and everything. Is all that going to be layout, that room? Is that going to be your only train room and you're just going to fill it with a layout? Because what is it? It's over 16 foot wide. And it must be the same deep, is it? Yeah, I've been cracking on with the layout. I'm a lot of scenic work done on it. Hopefully get a good bit of it finished now over this weekend and then move on to the station area. 20 by 20. Wow. I could only dream of a space like that. I mean, my room is 10 foot by 13 foot. I've learned a lot of lessons from building in this room, things I would do differently. And even from other layouts I built, I've things I would do different from them. I tried to incorporate into this, and then you go, no, actually, I would do it like this. You're doing N scale, aren't you, Leslie? So you can pack twice as much in. As you can see, I haven't actually been out here running any different trains because it's the same trains running as they were last week. They were parked up last week and I switched them on and they started running today. Sheetrock mud, is that what we would call plaster? Yeah, I agree with you, Jason. I do like 00 or HO as you guys have it. I think it's a nice size. Though I am tempted to get maybe a simple circuit of O gauge and just a small shunter. So I don't think I could afford any more than that. But I will be messing around with all right, similar but different. I will be building a G-scale outside garden layout in the museum. Also, we'll be putting down 7.25-inch track for the ride-on. That will be going down in the next month or two, hopefully. But the G-scale won't be started until it's probably going to be October time before I can start it, but then it's going to be dependent on weather. Hi, Flymo, how you doing? You're using 2 bedrooms. Are you going to punch holes in the wall and send it through the wall, or are you just taking the whole wall down? How do you guys think the castle looks on top of the hill there? I quite like it. Now, it has to be put in position properly and the gaps between the different bits sealed up, and it'll be in that some sort of position like that. Holes in the wall or serving hatch. Oh, very good. Hi, Stuart. How you doing? I hope you're enjoying your evening meal, Flymo. Doing a lot of work here, Flymo. Hi, Clayton. How you doing? Yeah, I agree with you, Jason. The wall tunnels make a great scene divider. You know, something that was actually suggested to me by my better half when I was showing her the scenery I was done. She said, "Why didn't I split the layout up into quarters and do spring, summer, autumn, and winter. I thought, yeah, that was a good idea if I hadn't started scenic half of it, but yeah, I do like the castle up there. I think it's because I wasn't sure what to do in that corner, and then when I seen the castle kits come out from Metcalfe, I thought, oh, that's an idea. So I'm going to have castle up there. I'm going to get another one of the towers to put on the little hill I have, and then over on the other side is where the church is going to go. So I reckon to do all the scenery on here is probably going to take me another 4 or 5 weeks. Of course, it depends on work schedule and that, how often I can get out here. Yeah, the rock faces turned out quite well. I mean, it's using the molds from Woodland Scenic. They're stuck on and then just plaster put over them and then just scratched and scored with some sculpting tools. Oh, did CSX do that, did he? I remember seeing somebody who done it and I couldn't think who it was. Yeah, some medieval reenactors. Well, what my eldest daughter, who's the horse person, has got, she was, I think she was at a train fair or something with me, and she came across a little white metal cast kits of a hunt scene. So it's got the horseman, a little fox, and it's even got a little dog that's peeing up against something. So she's going to paint those and everything. I think that'll look quite nice up in front of the castle. Thanks, Aidan. Yeah, it's getting there. It's I don't know. I find doing the scenery, while it can be frustrating at times, the enjoyable bit is you're creating a scene, and it's always I find when you're doing the scenery, you start doing it, and it doesn't look right, and it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right, and then all of a sudden it just seems to come together, and you're like, yeah, that actually looks quite good. And then you don't trust yourself, and you ask other people, and you go, what do you think of that? Yeah, I do like the castle. So I've got some multicolored LEDs, which I'm going to use to uplight it, so I can uplight it in different colors. But one thing I should have done already, which it was only after I'd done all the scenics on it and I took photos of it and I looked at the photos and thought, I haven't done any tunnel lining. Because you can see right through the tunnels. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that now. How I'm going to jerry rig something to go in there. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be the start of it when I uplight it. It's one of those project jobs that is on the long finger because there's so many other jobs to do, and like everybody's workbench, there's probably half a dozen half finished jobs on them. And that picture seems to be getting a bit blurry, so let's swap over. Yeah, I suppose stick a couple of trees around the edge. That's true, Leslie. It would be easier to clean if it's not lined. All right. Yeah, I think it would look nice if I can get it to work right. Because it's one of those LEDs with the 3 lights, the 3 colors in it. So cheers, Emma. Take care. Yeah, you're right, Flymo. You pick things up, start doing it, put it down, start something else. Like I got a box here somewhere with a loco in it that I started putting lights in about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've never finished it. Yeah, I've been making a load of grass tufts to go onto the rock faces. Jason, have you come across any sort of light fixings you could put LEDs in, or are you going to scratch build your own sort of light, which is what I plan to do? I've got some bits of plastic card and trunking in here to try and make a little Hi Transport, how are you doing? Yeah, you're right, Flymo. It's finding the time. Now, the one you're looking at the moment is the one I'm working on. If I get it done tonight, then it will be tomorrow's video. I'll put you back to the camera and I'll show you what I'm doing. So if you look over here, you can see I've got some trees made. Under here, I have a load of tufts. I've got smaller tufts, which I'll put a bit of color on some of them to put around the rock faces. And you can see I've got all the woodland scenic bushes and underbrush, different colors to put on there. I picked this up when I was in the model shop. I think I showed you last week. Briar patch. When I took it out, I realized it's only like sea foam just covered with a brown, greeny brown scatter. So something I could have made myself. So all that's going into the rock face. Woodland Scenic. There's a lot of stuff Woodland Scenic does, but we don't seem to get it over here. But that'll be a long-term project, the uplighting. Yeah, I've got a couple of sheets of those. I just make them myself, just a little bit of watered down PVA, various size blobs on greaseproof or baking paper, and just use the static grass applicator over the top and away you go. Some of them work out sometimes a little better than others, the tufts, but you know, it just adds to the variation. So hopefully I can get a good bit of scenic work done this weekend. I know I have to go out Saturday morning and I possibly will be out Sunday, so that's going to limit what I can do. Plus the fact I find I have to leave this room open for a day or two after I do some of the scenic work, because with all the glues and sprays and everything, it gets very stinky in here. I end up getting a bit of a headache, so I have to leave it open. Because without the door being open, there's no ventilation in here. One of the reasons is when I insulated and that for over the winter, I did seal everything up, so it was not quite airtight, but it was try and keep as much of the heat in as possible, which has worked out quite well. But it just means when you go out here at night and you close the door, you come in the next day and it's like, oh, the smell of hairspray and layering spray and scenic cement and PVA and whatever else I've been using. Okay, Jason, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on the stream somewhere. Did anybody see the video I put up there on Wednesday of the donation that went into the museum of the Markland stuff? A gentleman donated his layout he built to the centre so we can do some sort of youth project with it. So when Drumbo is in place, we're going to use one of the wagons to put it in and try and get young people involved. Help learn about the history of railways, not just in Donegal, but in general, and model making, or building models. We're also starting a project to outreach to schools. This is all supposed to start over a year ago, but everyone knows why it hasn't. Which I think my kids are terrified of, that I'm going to be turning up to their school to give a lecture or trains and history and embarrassing them by saying, yeah, you can tune into the YouTube channel and learn all about it. They've managed to keep a lid on it so far that their dad's got a YouTube channel. Yeah, it was very generous of him. Like, he wanted it to go to somewhere that it would be used to encourage youth into railways, which is what we're going to use it for. It's also Markland 3-rail AC, which I don't know too much about. So that'll be part of the fun, figuring that out. I'm sure once I figure out, I can do a YouTube video on it. Because there is times I actually end up watching some of my own videos to find out how I done something. They're like, I've done that before. How did I do it? Hang on, let's look up the video. I think my internet is letting go on me because I keep getting warnings. And the picture keeps going a bit fuzzy. Yeah, with my wiring, when I do it, Jerry, I actually write on the underneath of the baseboard what it is and try and color code with different colored wires and groups of wires with tape. So you can say, right, this is the 12-volt supply, this is the DC supply. It's one of those things that you think, oh, remember that, I don't need to write that down. But when you go back to do it, you think, oh, what was that? So my baseboard has all sorts of little notes scribbled over it for different things. And all sorts of sums and calculations where I've been trying to figure things out. So that's why I write it on the baseboard, because I don't lose it. If I wrote it on a bit of paper, because I have this big plan, you know, I'm going to have a folder, a ring bind folder with all the information in it and spreadsheets and everything like that. You know, very much like Charlie from Chadwick has. He has this ring binder there with all the information. I think, yeah, I'll have that. I'll do that. I never get around to it. I think, oh, I'm going to record all my engines, all the details, all the rolling stock I have, list it all. Nah, never happens. Hi, Robert. Robert's watching us over on Facebook. I'm glad you like the layout. It's a work in progress. Yeah, that's true, Leslie. Yeah, you start with one color, you think, yeah, I'll keep it all color coded, and then you run out. But I try and keep red and black for the feeds, green for the frogs, and then I've got yellow that I use, a red and yellow then for the feeds on points for the opposite each side. Yeah, that's the worst thing in Flymo is you start writing on scrap bits of paper, notes, and put it down, and then where did I put that to? What was that password? Oh. You know, if I am lucky enough to go to a model shop to get some supplies, I always make a list and take it with me, because when I walk into the model shop, all of a sudden you just get blindsided and you're just looking at all the models and all the bits. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice. And it's like, what did I come in here for? I can't remember. That's why I've got a box full of scatter, all the same color here that I don't even use. Hi, Robert. If you want to join us over on YouTube as well, there's more people in the chat over here on YouTube. If you want to come over and say hello. I can put a link into the stream. That's the link going in for the YouTube stream. Use a paper to wipe the drool of your chin. Yeah. I constantly use the forgetting password function. You know, because I work in IT, I make all my passwords quite secure, because the amount of places I go into. What's your password? Password? Seriously? That's your password? Oh, well, we spell password with a zero for the O, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, nobody's going to crack that one. And then it's trying to remember the complicated passwords I use. So don't forget that like button for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here. No, what's the? I didn't see the 1, 2, 3, 4 backwards. Yeah. What's the latest Windows bug? That's passed me by. Yeah, sometimes you try to be too clever and then. So Tim, you've started a new layout, a small shunting layout, isn't it? 00? I've just seen your post about it today briefly. Oh yes, the print. Yeah, I think I did actually read about that one. Yeah, they've been rushing out patches for it, so the patches will break everything. I used to be a nightmare when I worked in big companies because you would have the patches come down from Microsoft. You would have selected machines within the business that you would test the patches on first to see if they broke anything. 9 times out of 10, they would break something, so you couldn't use that patch. Have you lost your modeling mojo, Tim? I do use Linux on some things, but because I work with Windows all the time in my job, then most of my stuff is Windows. I tend to switch my updates off on certain machines because the machine's working, it's not going to break. When you lose the love, Tim, you just need to walk away for a while because you were fairly intense into it, like almost doing it every night and live streaming. You just need to walk away and take a break. Because remember, it's supposed to be enjoyment. It's supposed to be fun. And we've all said that to ourselves as we're doing something on the layout and swearing and going, well, why isn't this working? Why is this not working? Yeah, thankfully, my days of doing Windows support are long gone. It's all project management now of infrastructure upgrades, which usually means massive PC upgrades or server farm upgrades. Oh, you split the travel and modeling into. All right, okay. Yeah, some people are funny about, you know, I go to this train channel because I just want to watch model trains, and they don't want to seem to do anything else. I don't understand that. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, it's one particular topic usually, but you don't tune into BBC because it's got one particular topic on it. I think I lose members sometimes when I do videos on the museum. So I've had a few people comment going, you know, just want to see the model railway. Oh, it's YouTube. Why? What have you been having issues with YouTube? Like recently I've had people, it's shown in my stats that I've got 15, 16 comments, and there's only, when I go to it, there's only 10. And then I have, my numbers will go up, and then all of a sudden they'll stay stagnant for 2 weeks, not move, and then they'll jump overnight by 5. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube recently, because I was gaining a subscriber a day. Now, it could be that just all my content is crap and nobody wants to watch it. It could be that. But it just seemed to, the past months now, it seems to have stopped, because I was forecast to reach 1,000 subs by June, and I'm still 150 away. Oh, they tell you not to mix content. Okay. Yeah, that's probably it, fly mode. Yeah, because like the whole idea of the channel is to set up to support, and I mean it's all to do with trains. It's not. I'm not doing cooking on it. Yeah, I get that as well, listening. Why can't people just ignore videos that don't interest them? Like, I subscribe to a lot of people. If they put up a video that doesn't interest me, you know, I'm not going to watch it. I don't watch it. I don't go on and give them a thumbs down because it's not something I want to watch. I don't think I've never given anyone a thumbs down. You know, maybe that's because I do my own videos as well, and I know the work and everything that goes into it. And I think, well, they're trying to do something. They put work into it, spent a few hours doing this. Yeah, I know the comments include my responses. That's what I'm saying. Like last week I had YouTube video. It said there was comments 15. And when I went back and looked at it, there was 5 comments plus 5 of my own, which is 10. So it's saying there was another 5 comments. They weren't held for review or anything, just weren't there. And I know the comments have been made because they flash up on my phone. Because I see it, like David, for whatever reason, every time David Cook, the past couple of times, makes a comment on one of my videos, I see it come up on my phone, and I go to respond to it, and YouTube have removed it. Yeah, YouTube burnout. Yeah, like it's a lot. I try to put out a video once a week on Friday to the models, the museum stuff. If there is anything, I put it out on a Wednesday, and I do the live stream on the Thursday. I mean, before I was feeling pressure, I got to do something for Friday, get it out. Then that was affecting my quality because I was just throwing something together to put a video out on Friday. And I thought, now I'm thinking, if I don't have something ready for Friday, then I'm not putting myself under pressure. I just say, right, sorry, nothing this Friday. Because some of these things that you work on in your model railway, you don't just necessarily do it in a week. Like I've been working on this rock face now, doing all this work, and for about almost 2 months now, because other things have got in the way and it takes time. Yeah, it's all trains to YouTube. Yeah, you're right, Tim. Like I don't usually go back and watch live streams if I'm not there at the time, because it's all part of taking part and being in the chat and having the crack, as we say here in Ireland. American live streams today was a subscriber only chat. Oh. Your captions are too small. Yeah, I get that as well. You know, but like something like that, if you're getting some sort of, like, I would say that's positive feedback to come back and say, look, this is a bit off, that's a bit off. Fine. I'm the people who just come on and just slag you for doing something and don't give you any sort of positive feedback how you could change something. That's, yeah, I can understand why Charlie changed fortnightly, because it is time consuming. And it also holds up your modeling, because you do something, you've got to stop, film it, and do something else, stop and film it, and it takes time. Like, I'm lucky, I've got my little camera girl who comes out and helps me, you know, so I can be doing something and she can be filming it. Subscriber security, Jamaica, and it means verification using a credit card. All right. Yeah, but then the trolls could just subscribe. Like for a while there, almost every video I put up, there was a troll account on there with, you know, saying something like, sexy girl at 16 seconds in, or something like that. Yeah, obviously taking you to a porn site. Right, I think it's time for me to call it an evening. It's 8:30 now. I'm not sure who else is on tonight. Oh, Jerry's live. Nothing from Double O'Neill tonight. Is he gone fortnightly as well? I thought he said he was going to go live tonight. Sites are rubbish. Right. Time to say goodnight, guys. It's 8:30. I've got some scenic work to do and try and film and get up a video tomorrow. So take care, everyone. I'll catch you all next week. And if there's no video up tomorrow at 6 o'clock, you know I didn't get it done. So stay safe, everyone. The badges, yeah, they're available from the museum. If you go on to donegallrailway.com and go to our shop area on there, or send a message through Facebook or whatever. I'm not sure if they're actually up on the website yet, but I will be going to Worley this year if it's on, and I'll probably take a handful of them with me to Worley. So if any of you guys are at Worley and you would like one, come and grab me. So anyway, good night, guys. I will catch you next week. Take care, everyone.